What happens to your kidneys, day by day, week by week, when you completely cut out sugar for 30 days? Now, before we get into the timeline, let's look at clinical data. There was a study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology that looked at over 9,000 people. They found something terrifying. People who drank just 2 or more sugary drinks a day had a significantly higher risk of albuminuria. That is the medical term for leaking protein into your urine. Essentially, the sugar was punching holes in their filters. So, if that's the damage, let's talk about the repair. What happens when you stop? Day 1 to day 3. The first thing that happens is not comfortable. In the first 72 hours, your insulin levels are going to plummet. This is good. This is what we want. But insulin has a side job. It tells your kidneys to hold on to sodium and water. When insulin drops, your kidneys get the signal. Open the floodgates. You are going to pee a lot. You are going to lose a massive amount of water weight. You might lose even 8 pounds in the first week. Do not get excited yet. This isn't fat. This is inflammation fluid. This is the water your body was holding on to dilute the toxic sugar in your blood. You might feel a headache. You might feel tired. This is the keto flu, or sugar withdrawal. Your brain is screaming because it's addicted to the quick energy. Your kidneys are dumping electrolytes. But underneath that struggle, the pressure is dropping. The maple syrup in the gears is starting to thin out. Day 7. The inflammation drop. By the end of the first week, something magical happens. The glomerulus, the tiny filtering unit inside the kidney, starts to relax. Sugar is highly inflammatory. It creates oxidative stress. It's like rust on a car. When you remove the sugar, you stop adding rust. The puffiness in your eyes? Gone. The swelling in your ankles? Drastically reduced. Your blood pressure begins to normalize. Why? Because your arteries are no longer stiff. High sugar makes your arteries rigid, like old pipes. When you quit sugar, the endothelial layer, the inner lining of the blood vessel, starts to produce nitric oxide again. This relaxes the vessel. Your kidneys can finally breathe. Day 14. The metabolic shift and autophagy. Now we are getting into the deep healing. At the 2-week mark, your body has switched fuel sources. You are no longer running on sugar, you are running on fat. You are making ketones. Here is a fact most doctors miss. The kidney actually prefers ketones for fuel. When you run your kidneys on ketones, it's like switching from dirty diesel fuel to clean electric power. The oxidative stress plummets, and then autophagy kicks in. Autophagy means self-eating. It sounds scary, but it's the most powerful anti-aging mechanism you have. Your body starts to look at the damaged proteins in the kidney, the ones that were gummed up with sugar, and says, "This is trash. Let's recycle it." Your body starts to clean out the cement. It breaks down the advanced glycation end products, AGEs. It starts to clear the scar tissue. This is where true regeneration begins. Day 21. The nerve connection. By week 3, you notice something else. You aren't getting up at night to pee anymore. Why? Because the bladder is controlled by the autonomic nervous system. High sugar destroys these nerves. It's called autonomic neuropathy. This is why people get incontinence or bladder retention. When you remove the sugar, the nerves start to heal. The signal between your brain and your bladder becomes clear again. You sleep through the night. Your sleep quality skyrockets, which in turn reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, which further helps the kidneys. It is a positive feedback loop. Day 30. 30 days in. You are a different person. Your GFR, glomerular filtration rate, the measure of how well your kidneys filter, will likely have improved. You have stopped the formation of kidney stones. Did you know that the #1 cause of kidney stones is not calcium? It is a lack of citrate and high insulin. High insulin makes your urine acidic. When urine is acidic, uric acid stones and calcium oxalate stones form like crystals in a science experiment. When you quit sugar, your urine pH normalizes. You stop forming stones. You might even start dissolving the grit that was already there. Phase 4. Okay, so you are ready to do this. But you can't just stop eating. You have to feed the repair process. If you just quit sugar and eat cardboard, you will fail. We need to actively support the kidney while it detoxes. Here is the protocol. You need potassium. The kidneys run on the sodium-potassium pump. Most people are deficient. You need 4,700 milligrams a day. You aren't going to get that from a banana, which is full of sugar anyway. You need huge salads. 7 to 10 cups of leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula. This floods the body with potassium, which pushes the salt out and lowers your blood pressure naturally. 2. You need lemon water and apple cider vinegar. Remember the kidney stones? Citrate prevents stones. Lemons are loaded with citrate. Drink this first thing in the morning. It flushes the liver and the kidneys. 3. Don't just change what you eat. Change when you eat. Every time you eat, you trigger insulin. Even a little bit. If you eat 6 times a day, you are hammering your kidneys 6 times a day. Eat twice a day or once a day. OMAD. Give your kidneys a 16 to 20 hour break every single day to focus on cleaning, not filtering new garbage. Now, I have to give you a serious warning. When you start this and you dump that fluid in the first week, you are going to lose electrolytes. If you do not replace them, you will feel weak. You will get heart palpitations. You might get muscle cramps. Standard advice says drink water. No. If you drink plain water when you are already low on electrolytes, you dilute your blood even more. You will make the condition worse. This is called hyponatremia. You must add sea salt, Himalayan pink salt is best, and electrolytes to your water. Do not drink dry water. You need mineralized water. And be careful with protein. The mainstream tells you protein kills kidneys. That's only half true. Commercial, grain-fed, processed protein is hard on the kidneys. But high-quality, grass-fed protein is necessary for repair. Just don't overdo it. You need moderate protein, high vegetable, and healthy fat. Your kidneys are resilient. They are forgiving, but they are not invincible. Every gram of sugar you eat is a tiny scratch on the inside of your blood vessels. Every soda is a layer of rust on your filter. You can heal this. The body is a self-cleaning oven, but only if you stop throwing plastic in to melt on the bottom. Give it 30 days. The fog will lift, the swelling will vanish, the pain will stop. And if you are interested in reducing your visceral fat, you should watch that video right here.